Counsel, what's your client?
Mr. Stevens, Your Honor, I have not spoken to him yet.
Do you want to go do that? And while, okay,
And there is
all right. So when you come back in, we'll address that case. All right, let's go on the record at the BRC. Got the state put their names on the record.
Brenda Eugene on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
And from the Public Defender's Office.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
And I have Ms. Davis from Pretrial Relief Services. Okay. First person I have is, you have any third motion? Oh, okay, there it is. All right, let's start with our third today motions. I have Russell, 2021 CF 9271AO.
I apologize, Your Honor, can you just repeat the case number for me?
21 CF 9271.
Granted, case was no billed.
And we will grant the motion just in case he's still here. Oh man, we're already gonna be October tomorrow. Let's do Fluker, 2021 CF 11730AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
And Ellen, what is going on with the interview?
Let's do Mathis, 2021 CF 8506AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Spoke to the VA communicated with our VA liaison yesterday, and we learned in the afternoon, Your Honor, that Ms. Ellen is still in this quarantine or contained area, and that
We're gonna try this. Machiller,
new area
2021 CF 9696AO.
Denied, information was filed.
So our office, after speaking to my supervisor, Lisa, we're looking at the case. I know on the paper we said the 15th, but after we learned this morning,
Has Smith, 2021 CF 11719AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
complete interview, if they're done before, if they're done sooner, we're asking that we move her up to sooner, but
Have Ortiz, 2021 CF 11808AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
tested positive, and that's what's extending this, if everyone hears that it's still quarantine, which stinks, but that's good. Okay, we want to set it out for that, further date, and if anything.
I have Kilfiner, 2021 CF 11743AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Thank you.
I have McKell, 2021 CF 11771AO.
Granted, it was no billed.
Have Harrison, 2021 CF 9345AO.
Denied, information was filed.
I have Corbello, 2021 CF 11782AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Time for an arraignment, the clerk will announce the charges that have been filed against you. It is my understanding that you were expecting an attorney to represent you, but that attorney has not at this time
I
filed.
have Cologne, 2021 CF 11669AO.
Granted, notice of non-filing.
Until that lawyer files the proper paperwork. Once you are done, once the clerk has announced your charges, that prosecutor's office will enter a plea.
I have Richardson, 2021 CF 11712AO.
Denied, information was filed.
Enter a plea of not guilty.
And Atwood. was a move up they had. Yes, ma'am.
Are we gonna do that one, Rivera? That one arraignment?
Yeah, we can do the one arraignment. All right.
Only one.
That's fine.
I'll waive their appearance. It's just weird because the clerk,
I'm going to,
says that this was already done, but I'll waive their.
I don't state, did you speak with your victims as the ones that need the Spanish interpreter? And let them know that we had
There's
limited.
at least one that needs a Spanish interpreter.
We got limited, I mean, I can try, but
I didn't get any.
probably not guaranteed to get one this morning.
I apologize, Your Honor. When I spoke with them, I did not advise that there would not be an interpreter until 1 o'clock.
All right.
I apologize.
All right, we'll attempt. But I don't want to hold them up because they are in multiple places this morning all at once. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Did you give me any offers on arraignment?
What's your name?
I didn't give it to you?
Luis Jason Rivera.
All right, Mr. Rivera, you're here in case 2021 MM6077AO on charge of petty theft. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. State, did you make an offer to Mr. Rivera?
I'm looking, Your Honor. Eh. Your Honor, I apologize. I can't find the paperwork. Can you repeat what the offense is?
2021 MM6077AO, petty theft. Ms. George, you have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Rivera?
No,
Any chance?
because
As a friend of the court?
I'm
Okay.
used to the arraignments being in the afternoon, Your Honor.
Well, there's only one. They asked me to move it up.
Okay.
If you're not ready, we can address it this afternoon as well.
Yeah, I got it. It looks as though it would be an adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to, oh, wait.
Thank you, may put your hand down. Would you tell me your full name and date of birth, please? You're before the court at this
And-
time for an arraignment.
No return to the Walmart located on East Colonial Drive.
She'll be back.
I got a question. All right, Mr. Rivera, did you want to accept that offer from the state of Florida this morning? The offer is an adjudication of guilt, credit for the time that you spent in the Orange County Jail, which seems to be 3 days. There's court costs and costs of prosecution, amount of $273. Did you want to accept that offer from the state of Florida? Do you need an interpreter? All right, see you at 1 o'clock. All right. You have Miss Lisa back there for your victim advocate?
Yes. Well, no.
No, I think I kind of, is that not her back there? Fourth row? Is a victim advocate for the state of Florida back there? In the audience? No victim advocates? All right.
I think,
All right. Can you see if your victim advocate, speak to that one victim and see if they can come back at 1 o'clock? See if we can see an email, if somebody can come up and speak to them.
okay.
All right, sorry, Atwood.
Thank you. All right, waiver of appearance has been entered as well as a plea of denial. So when you can announce a court date.
All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Christopher Atwood.
Mr. Atwood, you are here in case 2018 CF 9598 AO for a violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Bonds are made no bond in this case. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Before the court at this time for an arraignment for an alleged violation of probation. Attorney Vickney has entered a notice of appearance and a plea of denial on your behalf. The clerk will now announce your court dates.
What about? Oh, yeah. Got my coffee this morning. Usually I drink it while I'm reading, but kind of neglected it. Let a cup of coffee go to waste. Morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Maxime Theus.
Mr. Theus, you're here in case 2019 CF 15040 AO for on-view arrest for violation of probation. Did find probable cause for that arrest. Going to set your bond at no bond in that case. Finding you're a violent felony offender, special concern, you're not entitled to release or bail on bond on this violation of probation until your violation of probation goes to hearing. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
Pardon me?
You have a great day.
Okay.
An attorney with the public defender's office is present online to enter a plea on your behalf, and then the clerk will announce your court dates.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Jamie Ewing.
Ms. Ewing, you're here in case 2021 CF 12982 AO on charge of neglect of a child. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $5,000. Condition of your bond is you to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are not to have any unsupervised contact with any child under the age of 18 years old.
Yes, sir.
You are not to possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You are subject to random drug and alcohol testing. May condition as well as that you comply.
$1,000 or $5,000?
$5,000.
Okay.
Condition of your, as well as condition of your bonds, you comply with any open DCF case plan that's in place. You have a great day. Sorry, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day. All right, have a great day. Because you said Stevens or Smith?
Stevens, Your Honor.
Stevens, that's right. All right. Xavier Stevens, that's right.
Coming down the line.
Sorry, is it Stevens or Steffens? Oh, hold on. Is there a Stevens? What's the first name? Sorry, what's your name?
Xavier Stephen.
That's Steffens, yeah, okay. PH. I almost call him Steffens, but he keeps saying Stevens, but he's the only one that kind of matched the language. All right. Good morning, sir. Tell me your name one more time.
Xavier Stevens.
Mr. Stevens, you're here in case 2021 CF 12712 AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. Counsel, you put your name on the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Spencer Rhodes, appearing for Mr. Stevens.
All right, Mr. Stevens. Judge signed your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Taisha Patterson, Patterson.
It's fine. You just gotta keep your mask on while you're in the booth. And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're gonna give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All righty. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Stevens?
We have a child together.
All right. And do you want to have contact with Mr. Stevens while this case is pending?
No.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
This has been a while ago, but it never was reported.
And did drugs and alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
And counsel, you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And counsel, you have any questions for the witness?
Yes, Ms. Patterson, I take it you have a son with Mr. Stevens? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, they need a verbal answer for the
Yes.
record. Okay, and the son is 16 years old?
15.
15 years old, okay. So it's been quite a number of years that you and he have been trying to cooperate about the raising of the child?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's been that many years that the two of you have been attempting to cooperate in raising the child?
Yes.
Have you ever sought an injunction previously against Mr. Stevens?
No.
Okay. And the location of this incident, it was not at either of your residences, is that
No.
right?
It was at a
Okay.
gas
It
station.
was at a gas station?
Mhm.
And Mr. Stevens' vehicle was parked at a pump at the gas station?
No, mine was.
Okay. Mr. Stevens was located inside the store at the gas station?
Yes.
Okay. And I guess the two of you encountered each other as he was coming out of the store?
Yeah, you could say that, but I came into the store to pay for gas. I didn't see Mr. Stevens until I got in the store.
Okay. Mr. Stevens was already in the store when you came in? And Mr. Stevens was not alone?
No.
Okay. He had two females with him?
Yes.
Did you know them to be his girlfriend and a relative of the girlfriend?
I know one of them to be his girlfriend, and the other one is not a relative to his girlfriend.
Okay. So his girlfriend of approximately 14 years?
No.
Okay. But you have known her for quite a long time to be associated with Mr. Stevens?
I would say about 10 years.
Okay. And I understand maybe one or both of those women may have gotten involved in some verbal dispute with you at some point?
Well, yes, you could say that.
Okay. All right. Where these events occurred, is it possible that there were video cameras recording what occurred?
Possibly.
Okay. That is, everything happened on the premises of the gas station?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right. Do you all have a parenting plan in place for this child?
No, we don't have any parenting plan. We just have a child support case that's open.
All right. And so has he been determined by that court to be the father of that child?
Yes.
All right. Counsel, what are you asking me for?
Judge, I guess I could ask my client just briefly about his residential situation. I'm just asking for conditions of release. Of course, we have no problem with no contact. We agree with that condition. I'll need to ask Mr. Stevens, because I'm just meeting him this morning for the first time, a little bit more about his financial situation. I understand he's recently unemployed, so I would ask for a bond, probably not more than $5,000, Judge. Would you like me to inquire, Your Honor?
If you like, I mean, my intent was he doesn't qualify, correct? No. All right. My intent was to set his bond amount of $2,500. Condition of the bonds that you had no contact with the victim in this case. You don't return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You maintain a separate residence from this victim. You not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release, as well as you to comply with the injunction in case 2021 DR 11427 AO. Do you have any questions about the stipulations on your no contact order or the stipulations on your injunction?
No, sir.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Him and his girlfriend, we've exchanged words over the past, and when we exchanged words, they took it upon themselves to drive to my house. So I don't feel safe right now. I don't feel safe. I haven't been home in a week since this incident happened. Like I said, we got into it in the past before, and they antagonized me. They came to my house, came in front of my house, took pictures of my house, and were harassing
Right
me
now,
on Facebook.
ma'am,
So
I don't have any jurisdiction over those other people.
What
Only
I'm
thing
saying
that's going to
with him,
affect
too.
is
What I'm
Mr.
saying
Stevens.
is,
So I want to explain like this. Part of the condition of him having no contact with you in the injunction, as well as in my order, is that he have no third-party contact with you. So if your girlfriend or her homegirls and stuff like that decide that they're gonna go over and, start something with her on your behalf, it's gonna affect you. So,
I don't think-
as I say, I can only control what's going on with him until
Right,
you
as
bring a
far as
case.
him, what I'm saying
Yeah.
is him. He's the reason I haven't been home in
Right.
a week. I haven't stayed in my house because he knows where I live at. He's known to pull up where I live at. So I don't think that's good. I don't think that's safe.
That's relatively simple. He pulls up where you live, or anybody pulls up where you live on his behalf. We're gonna issue a warrant for his arrest, or they're gonna go find him, and he's gonna stay here with me until this case is resolved. So that's kind of,
I'm hoping to have a conversation after this hearing with the girlfriend downstairs. Just want to alert Ms. Patterson, she may be waiting down in the parking lot. We'll make sure there's no contact. I'm going to have a conversation with her very directly and very clearly, as is my way, about her responsibility here. So Mr. Stevens doesn't appreciate anybody else causing problems for him either. So
yeah. All right. So right now, if you don't feel comfortable, there's a deputy outside. You can talk to them about, extorting you into your car. But I don't have, like I said, I don't have any direct jurisdiction over those people. The situation is going to affect Mr. Stevens. It's not going to affect them. So some people, as this causes them to act a certain way, but that's the only thing I can do on that situation. All right. All right. Does anyone have anything else?
no, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Have a good day, Mr. Rose. Haven't seen you in a while, so it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. I got Green. Is my next person.
Your Honor, green is behavior.
All right. It's 2021 MM1862 AO. Mr. Green. Let me see something. No, sorry. These are the public defender already, though? Yeah, no, it's Osceola, though. Ms. George, his office already represents Mr. Green and Osceola?
No, I don't.
All right, we're going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Green. Ms. George, you want to waive his appearance?
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
All right, his bonds are set at $250 and each count, they'll remain as set and probably get sent to Osceola sometime today or tomorrow. All right. Definitely, yep. Yep, that's the only one I have for PC. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Alan Prieto.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2021 MO 1123 AO on I gotta look, huh? On a charge of open container. Yesterday, Judge Gibson reset your case for probable cause determination. I did receive supplemental information from the Orlando Police Department. So I do find probable cause for your arrest. I believe the city of Orlando is still offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt and court costs if you want to resolve this case. Is that something you want to do this morning?
What do you want me to do?
I found probable cause for your arrest today based on new information I received from law enforcement. Now, the city of Orlando, if you want to resolve your case this morning, is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt, credit for, I believe, the 3 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail. There's court costs in that case amount $223 if you want to resolve your case today.
I don't have any money on me. I have to check.
You don't have to pay the money today. I'm going to give you a year to pay the money. But the question is, do you want to resolve your case or do you want to go to trial and, or have further discovery in your case?
I want to resolve my case.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Um,
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
All right, you can put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in case 2021 MO 1123 AO on charge of open container. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail, and a $500 fine is the maximum penalties. Do you understand that?
No, I ain't understand that.
All right. All right, sir. I'm gonna. Let's see. Ms. George, looks like the public defender already represents him in this case.
Yes.
Give me 1 second here. Sir, are you still staying at the Terry Ave address?
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go back.
All right. Can you go back to the Terry Ave address?
If I was released, yes.
Yeah. So can you get mail there?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance in this case. Condition of your release, though, that you not return to the scene, the location where you were arrested. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. No.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Ronald Siska.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 646 AW on a charge of trespass on property after warning. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State you have an offer to resolve this case?
Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Wawa located at 13501 West Colonial Drive.
All right, sir. Did you want to accept that offer from the state of Florida?
Your Honor, I couldn't hear you.
Did you want to accept the offer from the state of Florida?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you put your hand down. Sir, this charge of trespass on property after warning is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail, and a $1,000 fine is the maximum penalties. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest, please.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, Your Honor.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was that mental health illness?
Schizophrenia, sir.
All right. Do you take any medications for your schizophrenia?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you suffering from any of the symptoms of your schizophrenia at this moment?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes, Your Honor.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit, did find a factual basis contained therein, going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. We'll give you credit for the 3 days, that you, 2 days? 2 days that you spend in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a good day, Your Honor.
State Russell for our 30-day motions. Was that granted or denied? Forgot. I didn't mark it.
Russell was granted, it was no build.
All right. What's going on, B? Good morning. Good morning.
We have Chalmers, he's medical.
All right, this is Mr. Chalmers in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cases this morning. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent him in all 5 cases.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, we'll start with 2021 CF 1179 AO. Judge signed a warrant, found probable cause for aggravated assault with a firearm, aggravated stalking with a credible threat, attempted burglary of a dwelling, and violation of a conditional release. Going to set his bond in those cases in count 1 and 2, the amount of $10,000 on each count, and $5,000 on the other 2 counts. Condition of the bond: no contact with the victim, no return to the location, and not possessing weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has needs to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He has 2021 CF 12719 AO. Judge found probable cause for charge of aggravated stalking with credible threat after signing the warrant in that case. Bond would be $10,000, same conditions, no contact, no weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms need to be returned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release, as well as he not return to the scene of the location. Yes, ma'am. And 2021 CF 12306 AL, judge found probable cause for attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling, aggravated stalking with a credible threat, and criminal mischief. Bond in count 1 would be $5,000, count 2, $5,000, and $100 in count 3. Same conditions, no contact, no return. No weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to turn over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He has 2021 CF 12140 AO. Judge found probable cause after signing a warrant in that case. Charges aggravated stalking with a credible threat, possession of firearm by convicted felon, and violation of a conditional release. Bond in count 1 is $5,000, count 2, $5,000, and $1,000 as the count 3. Condition of the bonds will be the same. No contact with the victim. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. A not to return to the scene of the location. He also has 2021 CF 11698 AO. Judge signed a warrant in that case, found a probable cause for aggravated stalking after court prohibition and violation of conditional pretrial release on a dating violence case. Bond in count 1 is going to be $5,000, count 2, $5,000. Same conditions, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has needs to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. He's out on bond in case 2021 CF 9631 AO for a felony charge dealing with the same victim. Court had ordered him to have no contact. Court found a probable cause that he committed several new law offenses while out on release in that case. Going to revoke that bond or release in that case. Going to set a new bond at $0 in that case. To the same conditions, no contact with the victim. Yes, ma'am. Five. Yep. No, it's this one 100. 5,000, 1,000, correct. Correct. 10,000. Yeah. Same conditions. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Kimberly Millbauer, good morning, Your Honor.
Ma'am, we're here in case 2021 CF 12966 AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. And is she qualified? I don't see any history. All right, ma'am, I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $1,000. Condition your bond will be subject to pretrial release in this case. You not have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return to the residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm also going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, ma'am.
Yes, sir, on your honor.
Do you have any questions about your no contact order?
I do. My son is 17 and he lives at the home and I have nowhere else to go. I have nowhere else to go. And I really didn't think, I mean, I really didn't think it was going to come to this,
Okay.
if I'm being honest. I'm going to be 54 and I've never once been in trouble. And I really have nowhere to go.
Yep. Well, without his input, ma'am, I can't really, the law's default is no contact without his input. So you will be in front of your division judge. You have an attorney representing you. You can get in front of that judge and you can modify that condition, but right now it's going to be no contact.
Okay, so my bond is $1,000
Yes, ma'am.
and I can't get out without 1,000?
You can work with a bondsman and they have certain fees they charge.
Okay. And so this is my actual hearing then?
No, this is your first appearance hearing. So I get to tell you what charges you were arrested for.
I really have to go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm listening.
This is a first appearance hearing. I don't know if you were listening to the video earlier this morning, but this is where I get to tell you what charges you're being arrested for, whether it's probable cause for those charges, at least on the for initial probable cause. I get to set release conditions in your case, which is what I did. You have a right to counsel, so I appointed a public defender to represent you. So you can always hire your own attorney later on. It's up to you. But those are things that get done at this hearing. You have another hearing, which is called a bond hearing or Arthur hearing in front of your division judge, which is more a full evidentiary hearing. You call witnesses and those type of things like that to determine whether your release conditions can be modified. Okay?
Now, am I staying here today still?
No, you don't have to. You can bond out if you like.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I couldn't hear you.
You can bond out if you like. You don't have to stay here. I'm not holding you at no bond. So you can bond out if you like.
Okay, but I can think about it, right? I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, but it says you take that green sheet of paper because your attorney's phone number's on it.
All right, thank you.
All right, you have a great day, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Anthony Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, you're here in case 2021 CF 12978AO on charge of felony criminal mischief, battery, domestic violence, and battery. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1 amount of $1,000, count 2 $250, and count 3 $250. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the victims in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from those victims. I give you a one-time return to any shared residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. And state, have you filed on the open felony case?
No, Your Honor. I noticed there was a 531 arrest, but no, formal charges have been filed at this time.
Let me see something. And this criminal history, correct? This, you have updated?
To my understanding,
Okay.
to my understanding,
Okay.
it's correct.
All right. All right, Mr. Wilson, usually I hold people at no bonds for, they have open cases like this. it seems like the state of Florida hasn't filed your charges yet, and you don't have any criminal history outside of these two cases. But I am going to revoke that bond in case 2021 CF 6402AO. Condition, they're going to set bond in the amount of $5,000 in that case. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim. In your other case, you're not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James Anthony Barnes Sr.
Mr. Barnes, you're here in case 2021 MM6908AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Give me 1 second. Get back to the screen. Once set your bond in this case amount $10,000. Condition your bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You not return to the scene of the location. You not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You're out on bond in case 2021 CF 2848AO for aggravated battery and battery domestic violence with the same victim. Of course, going to revoke that bond in that case or release conditions. Set a new bond amount of $0. Condition you have no contact with the victim in that case as well. That includes from the jail. Have a great day, sir. Morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Warren Odin Gibson III.
Say your name again.
Warren Odin Gibson III.
Is that Warren?
Yes, sir, Warren.
What happened to Jose?
Interpreter?
Yeah. You gotta tell me which cases so I can take them out and put them in for the afternoon.
Okay.
All right, I have Dela de Galinas, that's Spanish case as well?
Yes.
All right, okay. All right. All right, Mr. Gibson, you're here in case 2021 MM6935AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Yes, my name is Saima Ali Gibson. Last name is spelled Gipson.
And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
I can put your hand down, ma'am. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Gibson?
he's my husband.
And do you want to have contact with your husband while this case is pending?
Yes, Your Honor, I would. We share a 1-year-old daughter together.
Okay.
And, I work from home, but I work full-time. and
Has
he's-
there, well, okay.
Sorry.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, this has never escalated to this extent, Your Honor.
And did drugs and alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, Your Honor.
State, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor. For this case.
All right, Mr. Gibson, I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no hostile contact with your wife. You understand?
Sir.
No hostile contact means this. You all ought to have disagreements. Things come up in a marriage that you guys don't have to agree with. That's part of this balance that comes with being married. However, those disagreements cannot become violent. They cannot become threatening. There could be no abusive language used between the both of you. No matter whether she calls law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing and calls law enforcement, you will be arrested. You're spending the remaining of your time here with me at the Orange County Jail in no bond status. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're also not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You understand?
Yes, sir. I don't have any.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was the bond amount on this?
$250.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Yolimar Gomez.
Ms. Gomez, you're here in case 2021 MM 6933AO on charge of battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Brandon Smith Winland, last name Wendland.
And could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
You put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Ms. Gomez?
Oh, that's my girlfriend, sir.
And do you want to have contact with your girlfriend while this case is pending?
Yes, sir.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, sir.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
State, do you have any questions for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
That's- Say, is this a typo in this charging affidavit, or they arrested?
Linda.
Yes.
Yeah, he put that, but my name's Yolimar. My middle name's Linda, but just Linda. So I noticed that.
All right. Well, you're in front of me, so I'm figuring that you're the person that's referred to as Lil Linda, but, all right. All right, I'm going to set your bond, ma'am, in this case, in amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no hostile contact with your boyfriend. No hostile contact means this. All right. You're allowed to have disagreements with him. Allowed to be upset with him that he left the toilet seat up, made a mess he didn't want to clean up, left a shirt right outside the hamper that he didn't want to pick up. However,
I have a hard time hearing you. I can't hear you right now, sir. I'm sorry.
are you guys having a hard time hearing me, or is this loud vent?
I'm
Maybe
fine.
you just need to come closer to the mic.
I don't know how much closer I might be eating it if I come any closer.
Sometimes I just have a hard time hearing.
No, it's okay. We got a hearing device we can help you with there. I'm like Pac-Man up here by getting closer to this mic. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All right. All right, ma'am. Going to set your bond in this case, $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You to have no hostile contact with your boyfriend. No hostile contact means this. You're allowed to have disagreements with him. You're not allowed, you don't have to agree with everything that happens in your relationship. You be mad that he left the toilet seat up, not treating you generally in the way that you want to be treated, any of those kind of things like that that cause friction in a relationship. However, those disagreements, those arguments cannot turn violent. They cannot be threatening. There can be no abusive language used, because no matter whether he calls law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing calls law enforcement, you're going to be arrested. You're going to spend the remaining of your time here with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that? I can't hear you. You shake.
Yes, sir.
You also not to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. You have a great day, ma'am.
So I just get the bond. I just do the bond. I pay for the bond and then I can leave.
I can't hear you.
I pay for the bond and then I can leave.
Yeah, so you can bond out. He can bond you out. You can bond yourself out.
Oh,
It's up to you.
okay.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Or Gerald's.
Gerald, you're here in case 2021 MM651AW on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Marguerite Geralds, Jerelds.
And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you can put your hand down. All right, ma'am. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Geralds?
That's my husband.
And do you want to have contact with your husband while this case is pending?
Yes, sir.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, sir.
And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, sir.
State, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
Does anybody want to advocate for anything other than no contact based on this charging affidavit?
I mean, given his history, Your Honor, I would advocate for non-hostile contact order.
I guess more question. All right. I just got a question for you, ma'am. Is this like an ongoing thing that's continuing to go ongoing?
No.
More, I guess it must be more specific. I mean, all right, Mr. Geralds, I want to do this. I want to set your bond in this case amount of $250 is going to cover pretrial release supervision. Going to give you no hostile contact. Even though I'm going to counsel you this way. No hostile contact means this. There can be no violence between you all. There can be no threats. There can be no abusive language between you and her. If this discussion that you all were having comes up again, I suggest you leave.
Yes, sir.
All right? Because there are not many men with the tools to deal with that discussion at the immediate moment.
Right.
However, if you don't leave and you decide to engage in that discussion with her, and it turns into the situation that it turned into in this case, you're gonna be arrested because it's gonna be on you at that point. Because I gave you fair warning about what's gonna happen. Because you're gonna be staying here with me on no bond status. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're not to possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm also going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. Ms. Davis, now, you bringing the positive energy this morning, Ms. Davis?
I'm sorry.
Are you bringing the positive energy? Yeah. Bring the positive. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. That's the PD. You got a public defender. Miss George,
Yes.
your office sent an order for Mathis. I think he has another case in 8914, but never sent the order. He sent the order for the same case, which is 8506. So if you guys want that case back on the docket, you may want to redocket that for tomorrow.
I don't understand your.
All right, Mathis.
Mm-hmm.
We heard this morning, and we heard yesterday for the same 33-day motion.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mathis has another case, 8914, which I'm guessing may be the case you wanted to be heard.
Okay.
But I don't have an order for that case, so, you know.
Okay.
Guess you may want to get back with your counterparts and
Yes.
figure out if they want that case docketed. Yep. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Andrea Nielsen.
Ma'am, we're here in case 2021 MM 6907 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim in this case. You're going to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm also going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Do you have any questions about the stipulations of your no contact order?
No.
All right. You have a great day, ma'am.
Your Honor?
Yes.
DCF was contacted regarding this case, and in addition, victim believed that Ms. Nielsen may have been drinking.
All right. All right, ma'am, you're not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Are you still asking for random testing?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to make a condition that you subject yourself to random drug and alcohol testing while you're out on pretrial release in this case. All right, you have a great day, ma'am.
And DCF,
With compliance,
complying with the plan?
the victim was a child?
No, the victim was not a child, Your Honor,
Yeah.
but the allegation is that the parents went out for supper, came back at whatever time, and the children hadn't had anything to eat, and they had school the next day.
Yeah, that's a child neglect charge that she wasn't arrested for.
No, she was not, Your Honor.
So if that does come, and then that'll become a discussion about DCF case plans.
Okay.
All right, you have a great day, ma'am. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jose Manuel Perez.
Mr. Perez, you're here in case 2021 MM 6945 AO for a violation of pretrial release condition on a domestic violence case. Did find probable cause for your arrest as to that charge. I'm going to set your bond in that case in the amount of $10,000. Condition of your bond that you have no contact with the victim in that case. You're also out on bond in case 2021 CF 3767 AO. Going to revoke that bond. Going to set a new bond at $0. This is you have no contact with the victim in that case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Also, in all the cases, no weapons, no firearms, weapons, firearms. Everybody got a seat?
Me too, that's why he charged me.
Yeah, but it should be possession of, not freedom in possession.
Yeah, we got first.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. But now I have to figure out which one that is.
What time the Creole person's gonna be available? 1:30? 1:30, that's what it was.
I didn't do it.
Well, it's gonna record the BRC, can I get state for names on the record?
Brenda Eugene on behalf of the State Attorney's Office.
From the Public Defender's Office.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
And I have Ms. Davis from Pretrial Release Services. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yep. All right, good morning, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name and your ID number?
Yes, my name is T. Simone. T like Tom, H-I, Simone, S-I-M-O-N-E, ID 205-008.
All right. And have you been sworn in today?
No, not yet.
All right, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Yes,
Do you solemnly swear you'll translate from English to Vietnamese and Vietnamese to English to the best of your ability to help you God?
yes, I do.
All right. All right, ma'am, I need your help with one case this morning. The case number is 2021 MO1129 AO. Give me 1 second here. And we're waiting for the defendant to enter the room here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's using the restroom.
Okay. All right. Madam Interpreter, you can hold on with me. I guess our defendant needed a comfort break.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
All right. I'll do this. I'll do this one thing while we're waiting around.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do something else. All right. No, I didn't do that. All right, this morning, the corrections wanted to be C, Robles, Robler, or Rodriguez. Be the case number 2021 CF 12876 AO. What I can tell, in reading for the statute 908.105, only thing it requires me to do in this case is say that he has an immigration detainer, which he does. And that's the conclusion of what I have to do. All right.
Sorry.
All right, man,
Was
we
that
have our,
information?
no, don't need that to translate it. That was another case that I had to address while I was waiting on the defendant to enter the room. My defendant is in the room now. This is case 2021 MO1129 AO. Could you greet the defendant and ask him for his name?
Dạ. Rồi. Chào anh, đây là Thi, là thẩm dịch viên, sẽ thẩm dịch tất cả và môi trường sẽ được giữ kín. Bây giờ cái này là hồ sơ số là 2021 MO 112980. Xin lỗi anh tên gì ạ?
Tuấn Ngọc Nguyễn.
All right, my name is Tuấn Ngọc Nguyễn.
Good afternoon, sir. You are here in case 2021 1129 AO on charge of disorderly conduct.
Ok. Tức là anh tới đây với cái hồ sơ là 2021 MO 112980 với cái cách cái hành động bất nhã, khiếm nhã.
I reviewed the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find a probable cause for your arrest.
Ok, đây là vấn đề mà anh bị bắt.
The city of Orlando is offering you a withhold adjudication of guilt and court costs if you want to resolve your case today.
Ok, và theo cái thành phố của Orlando và anh muốn giải quyết cái vấn đề và trả chi phí tòa để kết thúc cái vụ này hay sao?
Would you like to resolve your case this afternoon, I'm sorry.
Tức là anh muốn kết thúc cái vụ này hôm nay, sáng nay phải không?
Đúng rồi.
Dạ. Dạ.
Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in?
Anh đưa tay phải lên để thề.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Ok, vậy thì anh sẽ thề là những điều anh nói ở đây là sự thật, không có gì ngoài sự thật. Xin Chúa giúp, phải không?
Đúng rồi.
Dạ.
All right, you put your hand down.
Anh bỏ tay xuống đi.
Sorry, this charge of disorderly conduct you're facing is a second-degree misdemeanor. The maximum penalties are 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand?
Ok. Alright. Như vậy, cái loại này á là cái loại tội hình phạt loại nhẹ số 2 và phạt có thể là 60 ngày ở tù và 500 đồng bị phạt đó, biết không? Okay.
You like to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
Như vậy tức là anh trả lời là có nhận tội hay là không phản đối trong trường hợp này. Với cái vụ này anh trả lời sao?
Nhận tội.
Yeah, guilty.
Do you understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to waive your right to have a trial, you're going to waive your right to challenge the state's evidence and call witnesses on your behalf?
Ok, tức là anh nhận tội, có nghĩa là anh bỏ cái quyền để ra tòa, quyền để mà phản đối lại hay là gọi người làm chứng cho anh. Mà anh biết như vậy không? Yes.
Do you understand you're waiving the right to have the city prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Tức là anh bỏ cái quyền để mà khi mà ra tòa đó để mà mình làm chứng á, là vượt qua cái vấn đề nghi ngờ đó về tội của anh đó. Anh bỏ cái quyền đó phải không? Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Anh có bị ảnh hưởng về thuốc hay rượu, bất cứ thuốc hay rượu gì, lúc đó có không?
Không.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
Bây giờ hay trước đây, bác sĩ có chẩn bệnh mà nói anh bị bệnh tâm thần có hay không?
Không.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
Ok. Có ai hăm dọa, ép buộc anh phải trả lời nhận tội ở đây? Có ai ép buộc anh không?
Không.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Nếu mà anh trả lời về cái vụ phạm pháp á, thì nếu mà không phải là công dân Mỹ có khi bị trục xuất đó.
Biết rồi, biết.
Yeah, I know.
I had an opportunity to review your charging affidavit. I did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. I'm going to accept your plea of guilty, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered.
Ok. Tức là theo những lời khai của anh thì anh nhận tội và cái đó là tình nguyện để trả lời.
Đúng rồi.
Yes.
I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this case are $223. I'll give you 1 year to pay the cost.
Alright. Thì 2 ngày anh ở tù được giảm. Đã tính 2 ngày anh ở tù rồi. Và tiền tòa đó thì là 223 đồng. Cái này cho thời gian 100 đồng để trả lại cái số tiền này.
You have 30 days to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. If You have a great day, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, you said you had 30 day.
To appeal your judgment and sentence in writing.
Okay.
I had told him to have a great
All right.
day.
Alright. Như vậy thì nếu mà anh muốn khiếu nại á, thì anh có thời gian 30 ngày để khiếu nại. Và cái này á, thì phải viết thư vô khiếu nại. Như vậy là xong. Chúc anh ngày vui vẻ.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Alright, thank you. Anything
Your
else,
Honor?
Your Honor?
There you go. Sounds good to me. All right, yes, Madam Interpreter, thank you for your help. You have a great day.
You too. Thanks for using our service, Your Honor. You
Your
have a
Honor.
good day.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
so sorry. For that case that you had put on the record about the ICE detainer.
Yes.
That inmate has to be in the courtroom for them.
You all can tell me where in the statute it says that the inmate has to be here for me to do that. Only thing it tells me, it tells law enforcement that they have a duty to tell me at the time I saw him on Tuesday that he had an ICE detainer, which didn't happen.
She didn't have it at that time.
Yeah, but exactly. So then, that's what I'm saying. It says law enforcement has a duty to tell the judge that that person has an ICE detainer. And then after that, the only thing the judge is supposed to do is then mention this, put it in part of the court file, either the judge or law enforcement, that the person has an ICE detainer. That's the only thing that's required by that statute. There's nothing that says that the defendant has to be notified within a certain time. There's nothing to say anything other than that the person, the only thing that it says that the person can be held for reasonable time, which is 48 hours, according to the United States Code for warrants related to immigration holds.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I did. Pretty good. So, Ms. Davis, you guys can come up with, you send me a note, write it back, let me know where. Like, if there's a case law or some regulation that then has come up that I'm not aware of, somebody just let me know, and I'll be happy to comply.
Okay, because I don't think they're gonna put that on the court order unless.
They did. I just signed it. Yep, you just signed it.
Y'all
Just did.
marked it? Okay. All right.
It said, and the judge put on the record that the person has an immigration detainer.
Interpreter. Yes. Thank you.
Nope, can't do that at 1 o'clock.
Right now? So we're going straight down.
We got the Spanish at 1 and then Creole at 1:30.
Good, how are you?
Yeah, because they're not available, they're not, we can do, yeah, and then the one, and just give me the arraignment too. Yeah. So what would, like, at 1 o'clock, we'll do the arraignment, and then we'll run through the rest of the other interpreter cases, the Spanish interpreter cases.
Your Honor, Mr. Balabas refused. Court.
This case 2021 MM 6927AL. Mr. Balabas will appoint a public defender to represent him.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
Going to find probable cause for his arrest for the charge of pay theft for $100 or more. Did you all want to try to bring him back? Did you want me to set a bond? I'm not sure what's going on with his
Here,
future
it looks
case.
like he's being held up on no bond, Your Honor, so.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was on probation and it's out of,
He's not. There is an offer to resolve it, so if we want to try tomorrow.
well, I was more concerned that is he on probation in Pennsylvania?
Oh, that I do not know.
Yeah, not locally, whether this is I don't know what the
There is an
details of his fugitive warrant is.
Yeah, there is an offer, Your Honor. I just don't know
Okay.
if I can accept it.
All right, was bond 250? Right, below 500. I'll say it's bond of 500. No conditions, no return to the scene, no contact with victims or witnesses. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name's Israel Lloyd Desravinas.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM6936AO on charge of trespass after warning. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Say, was there an offer to resolve this case?
There, it's a withhold of adjudication, credit time served, and no return to Disney.
Your Honor, he does not have any type of convictions here in Florida. We're going to see that if he's able to provide a phone number or an address, if he could be released on pretrial release or ROR, Your Honor. Because he has no history.
And Ms. Davis, he wasn't able to contact anybody from Miami.
He didn't give us any contact info.
Let's see. All right. Are you still saying in Florida City?
Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir.
All right. I'll do this. I'm going to, are you releasing your own recognizance in this case? Conditions that you not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. You want to appoint the public defender to represent you, but you need to make sure you comply with any court dates and your instructions from your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because otherwise, you're going to get arrested down there in Florida City. You're going to have to sit in the Miami-Dade County Jail till they can transport you here back, all right? So that's not a place you want to end up, so. All right, make sure you apply with any court dates that are set on your case, all right?
Thank you.
How you doing? Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Henry William, it's actually William Henry Johnson. It's listed as Henry William Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, you're here in case 2021 MM6917AO on charge of resisting officer without violence. Are you all proceeding on this case?
Yeah, it's an adjudication, credit time served.
And Mr. Johnson, the state of Florida is offering an adjudication of guilt credit time served to resolve your case today. Is that something you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I acknowledge it is, yes. I don't swear, but I acknowledge.
So you'll swear or affirm, that's what?
Yes.
You
don't
affirm.
swear on the Bible.
No, you swear or affirm, that's what I'm saying. You said you affirm.
Yes, sir. I affirm, yes, sir.
right.
Thank you. That's,
All right, sir. The charge you're facing is charge of resisting officer without violence is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. You understand?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you don't waive your rights to have a trial in this case?
Yes,
Do you understand you're waiving all the rights on the plea form?
yes,
Do you understand that because of your history, that if you're sentenced to the Department of Corrections, that you, as far as the Jimmy Rights Act, you could be committed to a institution for the rest, to possibly the rest of your life?
yeah, I know all about those.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, and medication?
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No,
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
no,
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
yes,
Did have an opportunity to review the court file in this case, did find a factual basis for the entering of your plea. We're going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. We're going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. We're going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You understand?
yes, Your Honor.
You got 30 days to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
It's not part of your order, but you got 48 hours to get to the sheriff's office to report. All right?
I was on the way.
I'm just telling you, I just don't want to, like I always tell people that are in your situation, those people don't have nothing else to do, so
Yes, sir, I know.
No. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Eugenio Suarez.
Mr. Suarez, you're here in case 2021 MM 6934AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find a probable cause for your arrest. There was an offer to resolve Mr. Suarez's case.
Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to Mount Baptist Church located at 535 West Washington Street.
Mr. Suarez, you want to enter a plea so do you want to accept the offer from the state of Florida?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here in 2021 MM 6934 on that charge of trespass on property after warning. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
Yes, sir.
Guilty or no contest?
Guilty. Yeah, no contest, sir.
Right. Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review a charging affidavit, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. Going to accept your plea of no contest, finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. I'm going to give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir. Yeah.
And state this next case, are you guys still going forward on this?
No, Your Honor, state announces a no bill.
No, well, it's a already filed case, so,
Oh, no pros.
all right, get the case number.
2017 MM 237AW.
Right.
State announces a no pros.
All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Yep, ROR release. Good afternoon, ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Wandy, Maryland.
All right, Ms. Marilyn, you are here for case 2017 MM 237AW on what was a charge of possession of cannabis. The state of Florida has dismissed the charges against you, so you have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Which one? You going to ROR or? Yeah, I mean, she's released to me, ROR. There's no case, so case is closed. I'll ROR her just to make it clear. The case is closed. She non-prossed the case. So the state of Florida dismissed the case. So unless I will double up on, no. I'll double up on that and she's released as to this case only. So she has another case. She got to deal with that.
Since Leon Bonded, Ruben,
Okay.
Saxon Frankie, Medical.
All right, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent Mr., is it LaSaxon?
Mhm.
In 2021 CT 6608 and 6609 AL.
I'll waive the appearance, sir.
All right. Going to set bond in both cases, did find probable cause for the rest of DUI property damage and refusal to submit to a DUI test. Count in 6608, going to set bond amount of $1,000. In 6609, going to set bond amount of $100. Condition of the bonds in both cases are the same. No drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. No operating a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. and subject to random drug and alcohol testing.
Atil Lopez Bundit. Tucker, Downtown Court.
Downtown court for this case or for the other case?
Just have him Downtown Court. I don't.
All right. Lee, your office already represents Mr. Tucker in these cases. Ms. George.
Don't know. That's my question, Your Honor.
I'm not taking any action on this new case, but
He had offers on so I don't know which cases.
well, you should be able to get in for a quick plea on these cases.
Okay, I'll waive the appearance.
All right. He has failure to appear warrants, bonds in each case are $1,000. In 2020, CT 6445 AO. And 2020, CT 6446 AO. Bonds in both cases are $1,000. He's already represented by the public defender's office in those cases.
Yeah.
I'm not taking any action yet on the Allen bond case.
Earhart Medical.
2021 CF 2337 AO. Your office already represents Ms. Earhart.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, she's here for a violation of conditional pretrial release. The judge signed her warrant, set her bond at no bond. Bond's gonna remain the same. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Daryl Ayers.
Ms. Ayers, you're here in case 2021 CF 12895 AO on a charge of pay theft with 2 prior theft convictions. They reviewed, I believe, the charging affidavit. I'm sure. No, so there was a warrant issue for your arrest in this case, finding probable cause for your arrest. Give me 1 second. Judge set the bond in this case in the amount of $1,500. Condition of bond, no contact with any witnesses, victims, or co-defendants, and do not return to the scene of the location. You're on probation.
Well, she just time, because she came in on that VOP,
Yep.
and she just time served on it yesterday.
All right. All right, no one taking action as to that case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in your new case. You have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Carlos Bermudez. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 12983 AO on charges of trafficking in cocaine with 28 grams or more with a firearm, trafficking in amphetamines of 14 grams or more with a weapon, possession of cannabis with intent to sell and deliver, trafficking in heroin of 28 grams or more with a weapon, grand theft of a firearm, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of ammunition by a convicted felon, possession of a prescription drug without a prescription, resisting officer without violence, possession of alprazolam, and possession of oxycodone. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. That was one of the charges. Did find probable cause for your arrest. State, what are you asking that I do is the counts 1, 2, and 4.
He's entitled to bond, Your Honor.
Those are armed trafficking life offenses.
As they are punishable by life, I would ask defendant be held no bond.
And Ms. George, I want to appoint a public defender to represent you, Ms. Benitez. Ms. George, do you have any response?
No, Your Honor, we reserve the right to have Arthur.
1 second. All right, Mr. Bernier, I'm actually going to set bonds in those cases. In count one, it'd be $500,000. Count two, $500,000. Count three, 150. Count four, $500,000. Count six, count five, 150. Count six, 150. Count seven, 150. Count eight, 150. Count five, 100. Count nine, 100. Count 10, 150. Count 11, 150. Condition of your bonds is you're not allowed to possess any drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also need to comply with Florida Statute 903.046 sub 2 sub F and file an affidavit with the court attesting whatever funds you are used to bond you out did not come from an illegal or illicit source. Already appointed a public defender to represent you. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. God bless.
Williams, Bonded.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Orlando Candelaria.
Mr. Candelario, you're here in two matters. The first one is 2021 MM 6939AO on charge of trespass on property after warning. You're also here in 2021 CF 12969AO on burglary of an occupied structure, grand theft, and
Your Honor, can I say?
illegally and stolen property.
I'd like to say something to you.
Wait. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in both your cases.
Yes.
Unless you talk to your attorney before you talk to me, everything you tell me is on the record.
One thing I want you to read is the end of the affidavit where the cop wrote something for you specifically. He did not want to charge me with the grant, he wanted to charge me with possession, but it didn't fit because I worked there. I picked up an iPad. I never left with it. I returned it. It's all on there. I waited for the sheriff to return it to him because there was no one there when I found it. It had no iCloud, no name, no number, no nothing. I gave it straight to the sheriff. I'm sorry. I gave it straight to the sheriff, and that's why he wrote what he wrote at the end. That's your master deputy. He knows what's going on. Basically, he wanted to charge me with trespass and possession of stolen property because I didn't mean, I found it. I tried to return it. I never left the premises with the actual thing.
Okay. All right, sir.
Your Honor, I was gonna make a PC.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I just had to say something.
I was gonna make a PC challenge
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. For the principal, first degree dealing in stolen property.
That's why he put that.
Jesus Christ. Your Honor, when I pull up that statute, it talks about intent to sell, transfer, distribute, or dispense property. I would argue that there is no PC for intent to sell, distribute, or sell the property.
And I never plotted. I just.
Well, hold on. Oh, man.
Never plotted.
It states statute 812.019, subsection 1 states that the defendant trafficked in or endeavored to traffic in property.